This is a post from TruthStream about the Te Kami Naman global signature campaign. The post asserts that a real life, that of former President Rodrigo Duterte, is at stake. The post supports the campaign to file a petition before the Supreme Court, using signatures of verified legitimate Filipinos, done with intention and respect for due process. The campaign is about unity of purpose, not ego or clout. The comment section shows differing opinions. Some users demand transparency from TruthStream, while others debate the necessity of providing private data, suggesting it's not required for a petition. The conversation continues, with users discussing resignation, political affiliations, and questioning the sincerity and intentions of those running the campaign, suggesting there might be a hidden agenda. Concerns over privacy and the request for passport information for campaign participation are raised. There's also a discussion about the selectivity of ID requirements, especially for known public figures. One user criticizes the campaign's opponents for only offering criticism without providing solutions. TruthStream responds, agreeing that true supporters offer solutions, not just criticism. A user shows a photo of a woman signing documents, stating that no money is involved in the signing and it is a voluntary act. However, others express concerns about privacy and potential identity theft related to data collection. Comments revolve around the risk of being scammed and identity theft. Some defend the campaign, claiming that signing is voluntary, while others emphasize the need to educate people about potential scams. Users argue about focusing on the real goal of helping the former president versus the endless internal fighting. Another user questions the petition's validity and warns about the danger of revealing personal data. A user defends the initiative, saying it doesn't ask for payment, only signatures for acknowledgement, and mentions the Data Privacy Act. Other users debate the campaign's motives and whether they have an alternative plan. TruthStream challenges opponents to find another way if they disagree with the current approach. Users react, some seeing this as a justification for deceit, while others criticize the focus on personalities over the cause. Users continue to criticize the campaign, alleging it's a waste of time and a scam. They demand to know the identity of the lawyers involved and who will be accountable for any data breach. One user mentions signing an online petition with only their name and email and wonders what happened next. Another questions the campaign's shifting objectives and the ethical use of the former president's name. The jurisdiction of the Supreme Court over the matter is questioned. Concerns about data breaches arise again, particularly when signing in person and logging ID information. Users express frustration over what they perceive as continuous deception, advising people to stop signing and giving personal data. They stress the risk of sharing personal details, especially for overseas workers. One user is unfollowing a personality who discouraged signing. A comment highlights that the Supreme Court will not verify IDs and questions why organizers are insisting on IDs if data leakage is a risk. A lengthy comment questions the legal power of the campaign and its effectiveness in the Supreme Court. The response states that signature campaigns have no legal effect, as they don't comply with the rules of court, and the Supreme Court verifies legal sufficiency, not mass signatures. The response further explains that the collection of personal data for the petition is considered social engineering, as IDs are not required for the Supreme Court's legal process. It emphasizes the duty to inform and educate followers. The script continues to discuss the second position, misrepresentation. It argues that falsely claiming a legal process will yield a specific outcome, with no legal power to do so, is an act of misrepresentation and a form of social engineering. The final conclusion states that the promoters are using misrepresentation to fool people into surrendering personal data, making the signature campaign a form of social engineering, not a genuine legal remedy. More comments come in, discussing the quote latest stream and accusing the campaign of causing identity theft. One user suggests that the petition will be thrown out by the Supreme Court. This final slide is blank, concluding the video.